All right, we got the Bengals we're talking about today. We're going to preview last season, check out their offseason issue, whatever happened in the offseason transactions, who they gain, who they lose, who they drafted, all that fun stuff. And then we're going to preview the 2024 season, play guess the lines, and then hop over to the betting market and see what people are expecting from this team. Old Joe Burrow and his new blonde hair, old Slim Burrow out there. A lot of people are liking the hair. They were already high on the Bengals to begin with. I'll give you a hint. They're really high on the Bengals. They love the attitude and the haircut with old Slim Burrow. So let's dive into this one last year. Last season, Burrow, of course, got injured, right? So he was coming, still has yet to, I don't got any wood around here. Knock on wood. He still, this might be the first year this upcoming season that he makes it through a whole training camp. He still is yet to make it through a whole training camp leading up to a season. He was injured last year and ended up still starting the season. Rough start for the Bengals. 1-3 start there. Wasn't looking good. I was feeling great because I had the Bengals to finish last in the division and at plus 750. And y'all called me crazy, just how y'all called me crazy the year before when I had the Cardinals coming off a playoff appearance to finish last in their division at plus 900. That one also cashed. Thank you very much. But the Bengals, they kind of did the worst thing possible. Burrow got injured. You had Browning coming in. Browning actually looked pretty good in some of these games. And I mean, they went on a little three-game win streak there, but they kind of, you ended the season where you didn't want to end at 9-8 and missing the playoffs, right? Meaning like you'd rather be bad. If your season's done, you'd rather be bad to get that higher draft pick. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yep. That's fair. And they did
but I don't remember they had a first round draft pick or not. So I'm not sure. We'll take a look at that when we
they did. They did have one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think of their season?
Obviously with Joe Burrow going down there, we know when you lose your starting quarterback, you take a big step back. Shout out to Jake Browning. He did come in and perform admirably in Joe Burrow's absence there. Really kind of probably got him another one of those good contracts for the best job in sports for backup quarterback there. But, outside of that, this is a team, once again, it all hinges on the health of Joe Burrow. The defense is not great, wasn't great last year, and that's where a lot of their issues arose. You see some of those scores they were giving up in those losses. So, I'd like to see how much they've revamped that thing and all that. But it really still just kind of hinges on the health of Joe Burrow here. But I'm like you, man. I'm not very high on this team this year.
Yeah, the injury risk, and we talked about it with AK, who is works in these things, works with these things. Sorry, I'm just pulling this up. Yeah, that injury to his thumb is very serious. The reason why they sat him out the whole end of last season was that ligament. He spent a lot of time this offseason bulking up, not just strengthening his hands and whatnot, but you could see it looks like Burrow put on 25 pounds of muscle.
It does.
And then also shaved his head and bleached it like Slim Shady.
Started rapping.
Yeah, he started. He did. That's what he did all season. But no, it looks like he, it's a serious injury. If he re-injures it in any way, and I believe the way he injured it in the first place was hitting the back of the helmet, which, I mean, that could happen again easily, right?
Yeah.
So, it could be career ending. So I get the risk just alone there. The offensive line still has issues, and then that defense. I don't trust that defense. Everyone gets so blinded by the offense side of the ball. But what up, Patriot? How you doing this morning?
Good morning, sir. Man, I'm with you here, and the thumb ain't nothing to play with there. Like you said, it usually, if something does happen, reoccur with that thumb there where he re-injures it, it's usually anywhere from a 6 week to 2 month recovery at the minimum, just because thumbs are so finicky. And they really can be fragile, those ligaments out there, especially for a guy that's got to grip a football. It'd be different if you're playing defensive tackle. You tape that damn thing up, put your club on it and stuff. But when you got to grip the football, your thumb controls all your grip there. So you can't really take a chance with that sort of thing.
Yeah. So, kind of disappointing season for them. But we'll take a look at they finished with a winning record, so that'd been great. But once Burrow got injured, you were playing for really nothing there.
Yeah.
I wanted to pull up. So we got some salary cap deals here. Obviously, Burrow with the contract he signed, He didn't sign it this offseason. I think he signed it during the middle of the season or right before the season started last year. There's Millie Goats.
There he is. Oh, yeah.
Scapholunate ligament. That's the
I was
best I'm
gonna
going
say,
to pronounce that one.
that kind of ligament.
There's no previous case really to compare to for the NFL QB. Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
Bro, thumbs are crazy like that. Like I said, I've told you all that story about me breaking mine in 8th grade and having the pins put in. And I went in there, that doctor had been working for like 30 years, and he had done like 2 of these surgeries in his entire career. And he had already done 2 before mine that season. Because when I came in, he took the x-ray, he looked at it, he was like, "Are you serious, bro? Like,
I've seen
this don't even happen." So, yeah, that's crazy. They don't have any, in the history of the NFL, they don't have any previous cases to compare to. So you don't even know what you're getting out of this thing.
Yeah. Some salary cap stuff. Obviously, Burrow's the highest paid. They got T. Higgins on there. He's a huge hit because of that franchise tag, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get a contract worked out there. They got some defensive guys that they're paying. Obviously, Orlando Brown Jr., left tackle. They're paying him a lot. Chase, I wanted to pull this up. So Burrow signed his contract, right? The 5 years, $275 million. I believe he signed this last season, though. So it wasn't this offseason, but Chase is still on his rookie contract. They have not been able to get him extended yet. So that's something to worry about. I haven't heard about him holding out or anything like that. He's going to get paid. I think we all know he's going to get paid. It's just wondering if they're going to get this done now or they're going to wait till the offseason. But could potentially be a distraction, especially if you don't start off so hot as a team, right? And it's not looking like it's going to be a good season. And then you got Chase, who's going to be like, you know what? Well, what am I putting my body on the line out there for if we don't have a chance to win anything this year? I need to get paid first. So, not saying it's an issue now, but you're setting yourself up for a potential issue going forward.
Part of me kind of feels like Jamar Chase is going to have a big season, man.
You think so?
I kind of do. I feel like the guy's been kind of forgotten. It's still one of the best receivers in football. Was considered the best receiver in football a couple seasons ago. And I feel like this guy's kind of been an afterthought with Joe Burrow going down last year. They didn't put him in the little receivers documentary I was talking about last night. Just nobody's really talking about Jamar Chase, man. And I think he might come in with a little chip on his shoulder, needs to earn a new contract there. Now, as long as he don't get salty like that, but it feels like that guy, ultimate competitor for me. I think Jamar Chase might, even if the Bengals have a rough year, I think Jamar Chase might have a big season.
Okay. It just seems like I'm surprised they don't have a head case out of him. I know he talks about how he wants his money. He doesn't really care about taking less. So if T. Higgins can stay, that's fine. So be it. But man, you got some, like, people are so high on this team. You got some issues there. Like, you got T. Higgins, who's not happy that he's on I mean, my man's not happy about making $21 million guaranteed.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, damn, you're getting paid pretty good, T.
Yeah. I'm like, and then you're going to be a free agent next year? Like,
what are you mad about, bro? Go play some football.
Yeah. Anyways, so we'll see what happens there. There's so much with this team for chances of something to blow up and go wrong that I can't feel comfortable backing them to do anything. So I'm fading them. Let's see. AK says it's an area between where your hand starts and your wrists in the carpal bone area, carpal tunnel region. So also nerve could be an issue if that bone is moving out. Yeah. It's not good.
Carpal tunnel ain't no joke, man. My mom had surgeries on both wrists that back that she worked for insurance company typing all the time. So put a lot of stress on that area and the nerves and stuff. But it's like a cyst or something that forms on those nerves and swells out.
Mm-hmm.
You got to cut it out. And it was like, it was a pretty long recovery time for her, and she wasn't throwing footballs around there. So that carpal tunnel ain't no joke either, man.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Anyways, let's move on to some transactions. They released AJ McCarron. I don't know how they're going to ever recover from that.
Yeah.
He placed T. Higgins on the franchise tag, of course. Extended exclusive rights, tenured offer to Cal Adomitis, and then Jake Browning. That's who's winning in life. Jake Browning earned himself hey, you're a pretty good backup quarterback, aren't you?
Absolutely.
This guy just earned himself at least another 5 years in the league as a backup quarterback, which we all know is just a guaranteed. He's young, so he'll probably get a guaranteed $4 million.
They ain't even gonna have to move. The Bengals are like, we don't know what's up with Joe, so we're gonna hang on to Jake. Let's go, man. Got paid.
I wonder what is he making now. I'm gonna see. But did you see any other transactions while I'm pulling this up?
Let's see. DJ Reader The defensive lineman there has moved on to the Lions. Tyler Boyd, a guy that's been kind of a lifelong Bengal there, has moved on to the Titans. I don't remember that happening. They did bring over Sheldon Rankins to replace DJ Reader there from the Texans. Von Bell is back with the Bengals again after a year with the Panthers there. So those are really the top ones I see. They did bring Mike Gesicki over from your Patriots in the offseason. Lose Jonah Williams to the Cardinals there. But like I said, we've had the T. Higgins rumbling. But beyond that, man, I don't see anything that really catches my eye. They did bring Zach Moss over, running back for the Colts, who did show some good things in Jonathan Taylor's absence last year. So I forgot. Or maybe I didn't even know this, but I didn't realize Joe Mixon now plays for the Texans.
Oh, yeah. Mixon's gone. They lost
Probably
Mixon.
talked about that, so I just don't remember it happening. That's why we do these, man.
It's those little things like that. Even some of those guys like, oh, yeah, Mixon. Because remember, that was a whole big deal with him. And then wasn't he the one last year that had the issues with wasn't there like a shooting at his sister's house down the road from his house or something like that? Or remember that?
I don't remember that one.
Or a break-in or something like that. There was something weird that happened.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think? Who would you rather have right now? I think I'd almost, seeing what I saw to Zach Moss last year when Jonathan Taylor was hurt, but I'd almost rather have Zach Moss than Joe Mixon.
That's right, Patriot. Smash the like button. Yeah, I would too. I don't look at like the player production so much. I look at, okay, how much production am I going to get based off of what I have to pay you on the contract?
Or what I have to deal with.
Yeah. By the way, Jake Browning, they got a good deal on him. They got him for 2 years, $1.9 million. And I'm like, man, that seems kind of light for a guy that balled out last year. But man hasn't really been paid yet. He's only made, $750,000. So
he's still in that rookie contract too.
I don't think he had a rookie contract. I'm looking at it. Oh wait, yeah, he did down here. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he hadn't been in the league all that long. It seemed like just yesterday he was at Washington.
Here they are. Okay, yeah. So he had his 3-year 1.7, 2 years 1.3, then 600,000, 700,000, 700,000. Balls out a little bit, and they go, you know what? We'll give you
2 years, man.
You have 2 years 1.9, but there was no guaranteed on it. That's kind of crazy.
That's fair. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, this guy. And hell, if I was him, I don't even know if I'd sign that 2-year contract because we see what some of these backup quarterbacks are getting paid. I believe I might have held out for my backup spot.
Yeah. That's crazy. He signed on that thing, but he says he's only made 1.7. That's why you guys got to look at the guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm. It feels like 1.7 for, 5 seasons in the NFL?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem. I mean, granted, he hadn't had to take some of the hits. Most of those.
But, hey, he qualifies for, like, retirement and stuff like that. So he's got all those.
Gets a pension now. He spent most of that time sitting over there holding an iPad.
Yeah. I think this is wrong, though, because it says his experience is 2 years. He's been in the league longer than 2 years, so I don't know, man. We're wasting too much time on that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Let's get to their draft picks, right?
Yeah, let's do that. Take a look, see what's going on over there.
Let's see. NFL draft. Where are we at?
Quite a few picks, man. I don't know what trade they had that they were able to pick up all these extra picks here, but I feel like this is one of the teams that's got as many picks as anybody I've seen so far. Something like 10, maybe.
Yeah. Sorry. I never know which one to click on because I like to click on some of the team ones, but sometimes there's too many pop-up ads and then there's it doesn't look great. And then I always just end up going to ESPN and saying, screw it. I know what I'm going to get every single time when I click ESPN.
Know what you're going to get.
Okay. Yeah. Let's kind of rapid fire through this. I'm looking at the time. But first round, 18th overall, Amarius Mims, offensive tackle out of Georgia, bringing in a big boy to protect Burrow there. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, this one, for me, this guy definitely has a ceiling to be an all-pro type player, but only started 8 games at right tackle at Georgia. His tape's pretty inconsistent. He's got some tape where he looks like an elite tackle prospect, where he's really been dominant out there, and he's got some spots where he just looks like he's lost on the field there. So the ceiling's high. All the tools are there. It's going to depend on how he gets coached up. And obviously, with not such a big body of work at the college level there, we'll have to see how his body – he's a big guy, 6'8", 340 there. And like I said, has all the tools, but we'll have to see how he develops in the league.
Yep. Hey, by the way, I was diving into some college football yesterday, listening to some podcasts and stuff like that. I'm trying to set up an outline of, I want to do just a standalone show but it might even be one where we don't do it in the morning. Like it'd be fun on like one of these days off I have that we can just do an afternoon show or a night show, and we just spend 2 hours talking college football. So I'm
Love
trying to
it.
map that out and kind of set it up, but I'm getting excited. Getting excited about it.
I am too, bro. I'd love it. I'd love to be able to talk college football. Y'all won't ever let me, man.
We never have time.
I can't have nothing nice, man.
We'll have time once we get through all these teams, but like
I got to talk about
the breaking news.
I got to talk about Colin Kaepernick getting a new coaching job or something. They ain't talking about any college football. See, you won't even come around and hang out anymore.
We talked about Texas running backs yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We did for a minute.
Okay, so I think that was a good pick. Get a big boy, protect bro. Second round, number 49th overall, Chris Jenkins, defensive tackle out of Michigan. I think if there's anything that you can bank on from that Michigan team that won the title last year, if I would trust the defensive side of ball and the defensive players more so than the offensive players.
Oh, yeah, man. And this guy right here, he's been a 2-year starter for Michigan there. He's son of 4-time All-Pro defensive tackle Chris Jenkins. So I guess this is Chris Jenkins Jr. here. But he got size and strength. Like I said, played in some big-time games, former national champion now and all that stuff. So I don't think it's a bad pick right here. Got him right around where he was expected to go.
Yeah, good pick there. Moving on, let's see. College football always has money on the floor, says Patriot. I can't wait. Patriot always brings in that team. Like
the Dallas Baptists of the world.
Yeah, well, he also was like he was the first one that was on the ponies last. Was it last year or the season before? I think he was on the ponies last year. He's like, I'm telling you guys, this is free money. They're like 7.5 point dogs, and they're going to win this game outright, or something like that. I remember it. I was like, yeah.
Hell, they had such a good season. They moved him to the ACC.
That's right.
Patriot just saw it laying on the ground.
That's right. All right, number 80th overall in the third round, they got Jermaine Burton, wide receiver out of Alabama. I don't think I remember this dude.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's a guy. He's real smooth. It's kind of hard to excel down there in Alabama with so much talent around you, man. You got to really stand out. A lot of those stats get spread around those guys. You usually don't see one guy just dominating a lot of those seasons down there. So he ranked 6th in the FBS last year in yards per catch and led the SEC. Actually, so got big hands, pretty good sized guy at 6 foot 196. I'd like to see a couple more inches there, but got good speed and just a real athletic guy, man. Smooth, very smooth. So not a bad pick.
Have had success with SEC wide receivers, so
that's fair.
Also in the third round, they got McKinley Jackson, defensive tackle out of Texas A&M.
Yeah, he's his tape's also up and down, kind of inconsistent there, but does have a lot of that. Much like the first round pick, a lot of flashes of talent. Impressive. Got a high ceiling here. Pretty quick for his size at 6'2", 326. Got great snap reads and strong hands to slip on the blocks there. So another guy that's played, in the SEC. So not a bad pick here either.
Just to let you know, where is it at? I'm trying to look at it. Oh, it's not. I can't find it right now. Anyways, look at it. Looking at Texas A&M week 1. Just saying.
Who they played that one? Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
So you say I've been looking.
Teaser for a preview. Little teaser for a preview.
That's right.
Fourth round, tight end out of Iowa, Eric All. That's a good pick.
Yeah, it's a good pick here. You got some question marks with his health. He's had season-ending injuries each of the past 2 seasons, but there is a lot to like about this guy. Big dude, 6'4", 252, out of that tight end U down there in Iowa. We know how good some of those guys have been coming out of there, a la Sam Laporta and George Kittle. So, I mean, another guy from the tight end U here. So, but just have to kind of see how his body holds up because he has had those 2 most recent season-ending injuries.
Yep. Let's see. Josh Newton, cornerback out of TCU. Now, that's kind of scary. TCU's defense sus.
I mean, yeah, you had the year of the run to the national championship game the year before, but took a major step back last year. He's a physical press corner, 5'11", 190 there. I would like to see a little bit more height on him, a little more length. But he's good at rerouting those receivers. He's smooth in his turns and breaks and all that too. So got good lateral quickness and instincts, and enough. He does have enough length to crowd the receiver. Some I would like to see a little bit more, but still a solid pick here. And we'll just have to kind of see because you can't read much off that TCU season last year.
All right, here I have these next 3 picks. I guess next 4 picks. You can see that one up for you. I'm going to step away just 1 second.
You're good, man. You're good. Looks like their next pick, 6th round, 18th pick in the 6th round. They picked the tight end out of Arizona, Tanner McLaughlin. I believe that's how you say that, but he's got good acceleration, 6'5", 244 there. Did slip a little bit in this draft. Expect to see this guy go much higher. He was 109th ranked overall player and, 5th ranked tight end there. Did only have a grade of 69. Did tie for the 3rd fastest 40 time out of the tight ends who ran at the combine. So he's just threat to stretch the middle of the field there. A big target with some pretty good hands there. So out of Arizona, we'll just have to see how he pans out. Like I said, did slip down draft boards a little bit. Then you got also in the 6th round, the 38th pick out of Ole Miss, Cedric Johnson, edge rusher there. At 6'3", 260. He is a 3-year startable. 3-year starter with notable blend of size, speed, and length. He got good hands there. He can stack the blockers and sets the edge against the run. So once again, a guy that played in the SEC, played against a lot of talent there. We'll have to see how he pans out. Also felt like he slipped on the boards just a little bit there. And then Dejon Anthony, the safety, also out of Ole Miss. They took with the 4th pick in the 7th round. He's an undersized safety at 6 foot 195 there. Probably be more of a nickelback type guy, a scheme guy that's not going to play every down here, but we'll probably see some time in nickel packages. Don't know that he'll see that much this year, but they probably want to see how he pans out. You don't have to risk a lot with a 7th round pick here. You just hope it kind of works out there. And then their last pick of the draft, also in the 7th round there, they did take the center out of Miami, Matt Lee, 6'4", 301. He is a 4-year starter. He does have a lot of experience that shows on tape there. So you love getting guys that have been 4-year starters and got a big body of work around them there in, a major conference here being at Miami and in the ACC. So he's played against some big time talent there. You love seeing a guy that's been a 4-year starter, a good leader for this team, stayed out of trouble off the field, all that. So if you can take a chance on a guy like that in the 7th round, you're not really losing a whole lot. I don't feel like you're risking that much there. And more times than not, those guys will pan out because if you're a 4-year starter in college, you've already kind of started becoming a professional because it's almost the same type thing.
Big body of work, indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
So not a bad draft. A lot of picks, man.
Yeah. Rebuilding. Well, I mean, when I say rebuilding, I mean adding depth.
Add depth there. They need to. That's what I mean. I do like seeing them add. They address most of their needs on their draft board going into this thing. So definitely solidified some positions and provided some depth there with some young guys. So we'll just kind of have to see how some of these cats pan out. I would like to see them maybe address the running back position, but that's about the only one. They needed another wide receiver because you don't know what T. Higgins is going to do. You obviously had to bulk up the defensive line and then tight end there. They don't have a sure-handed tight end in this spot. So, yeah.
Heavy Step says easy on the 7th round picks. That's almost slander territory.
Hey, I wasn't talking no smack.
I don't know anyone. Can you think of anyone in the modern era that came out of the 7th round that ended up being decent? No.
One guy.
No, I can't even think of one.
Yeah, one guy. I'll throw no slander around here, sir. Just saying, if you got guys like that, like a Brock Purdy, that is daggum played as much football as those guys have, and you see that, it's like you take a chance on the 7th round. It's like, hell, the guy knows how to play some football.
Are you talking about that non-Super Bowl champion Brock Purdy?
No slander from me, AK.
Pager says depth and youth sounds like they got a nice foundation for the run game. I would wait to see how that offensive line pulls together first.
Yeah,
they've had a lot of offensive line issues the last few years, bringing guys in, switching guys around. It takes them a little while to get some to mesh together. So I'd wait to see. But let's go on to this season. Let's play guess the lines. They're not starting the season off great. They lost in preseason to your Tampa Bay Bucks. I actually won this one right here. I was looking at this and I go, I know it's preseason and whatnot, but the Bucks were catching 6.
Oh yeah,
I'm like 6 points in a preseason. I didn't bet the money line.
You didn't have the stones, huh? No,
I didn't have the stones. I just said, you know what? Give me the free money of the 6 points here, and Tampa Bay ends up winning it outright. But I'm like, the Bengals, their second team stuff. I don't think they're anywhere close to the Tampa Bay. So I'm like, or they should be 6-point favorites. So
yeah. Nobody should be a 6-point favorite in a preseason game.
Now I have no idea what this line has done with the recent news and everything that's been going on, but we'll get into that. So here we go. We're gonna play guess the lines. What we do is I try to predict the exact line, brought to you by DraftKings, not a sponsor, but they have all the lines up. And Cricket thinks I'm going to get exactly 2 right today. The over-under is usually set at 2.5. I almost broke the world record to start the week. I finished with 6 though, so that was pretty good, but couldn't get to that 7. break the record, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Brock is low hanging fruit.
There you go. Just pick it, man. Just pick it.
All right. Okay. So they open up the season home against New England. I haven't seen with the Judon news and all the other news with the Patriots where this line has moved to yet. But I'm going to guess the Bengals 7.5.
Bengals -9 at home against the Patriots.
Okay. We suck.
I feel like it moved out a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was at like 6.5. Then it moved to 7.
It was right around touchdown.
Then, yeah. Okay. And then they got to go at Kansas City. Man, Kansas City got a tough start to the season. They got to go down to Kansas City. That's going to be fun. Joe Burrow has kind of owned Patrick Mahomes, when he's healthy. So we'll see. We'll see Kansas City at Kansas City. Kansas City. People are high on the Bengals. I'm going to say Kansas City -2.5.
Bengals +3.5 at the Chiefs.
3.5. I thought they had more respect for the Bengals there, but I guess not. Guess not.
Yeah.
That kind of seems crazy. I think that line closes 3. I don't think it stays 3.5.
I think it might go under 3. I think it might get to your 2.5 you're speaking of. And if it
does,
I will bet the Bengals.
Kansas City looks bad against Baltimore, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Get shellacked.
The Bengals aren't going to look bad against the Patriots. Like, it's not going to be close.
I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah. Okay. Then they're home against Washington. I'll say the Bengals are this one's going to be tricky. 6-point favorites.
Bengals -7 at home against the Commanders.
Okay. We're close. We're getting there. We're getting warmed up. Then down to Carolina. Bengals 4.5-point favorites.
Bengals -6.5 at the Panthers.
That seems crazy, but also I'm not going to jump on the Carolina Panthers.
I don't know. That might be one of those sneaky spots for the Panthers like it was when they played the Texans last year.
I don't know, man. We'll see. They're home against Baltimore after that. This one's going to be a fun one. I'm going to say Bengals -3.
Bengals -1.5 at home against the Ravens.
I got a lot of respect for the Ravens. Okay. So then they're going out to New York to take on the Giants. Man, look at that. 3 out of 4 weeks they're on the road. They get to go out to New York, take on the Giants. Bengals -5.
Bengals -4.5 at the Giants. Hooked them.
Then they go out to Cleveland. I'm going to say Cleveland. No, I think I remember. Bengals -1.
Bengals -1 at the Browns. There you go. You cheated.
I remembered. I'm like, there was something funky with this one because I thought the Browns should be favored in this one, but then I remembered the market's so heavy.
Yeah, we did talk about that.
I think I said Browns -2 when we were doing that one. So, okay, we got one.
We said they should never be dogs at home.
In division like that, no.
Yeah,
especially how well they played last year at home.
Yep.
No. Okay. Then home against the Eagles. Home against the Eagles. Home on the range. Bengals -3.
Bengals -3 at home against the Eagles.
There we go. Now we're hitting our stride 2 in a row.
That's right.
Now I don't think I've ever hit 3 in a row. Have I? I don't know. Have I?
I don't know, man. I can't keep up with all that.
I know I've hit 3 out of 4. But they're home against Vegas. I'm going to say Bengals -6.
Bengals -7 at home against the Raiders.
That's wrong. I would take the Raiders there. Give me a full touchdown with the Raiders. After they're coming off a game against the Eagles.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see what I'm going to get out of the Raiders, too.
Gardner Minshew, baby?
Yeah, that's part of the – yeah. But don't act like Gardner's always played at a high level.
He's always played at a high level. So then now they're going out to Baltimore. Okay, so Bengals were 1.5-point favorites at Baltimore. If we do the 4.5 line move, this means the line should be like Baltimore -3 at home, short week Thursday night. But I'm going to say Baltimore -3.5.
Baltimore -3 at home against the Bengals.
Mother. I had it.
You had it, bro. It was right there. I was like, oh, no, he's going to screw me up. You're like, but. I love the but there. Good morning, Jabs. Good to see you. He says, Will and Cricket, have you heard of the MTV show called The Challenge? Oh, yeah, man. The Challenge back in the day. That's like that real world road rules challenge and stuff, ain't it? But good to see you, Jabs.
I haven't heard of that. Is it cool?
The Challenge? Oh, man, you don't remember The Challenge from back in the day? Like I said, they do the real world road rules where they're playing all the games against each other and all that different stuff. People getting voted off the island and whatnot. I assume it's still similar to the same thing.
I didn't watch much TV as a kid.
I mean, I watched a lot of Sports Center.
I mean, yeah, I watched that stuff or whatever. But we had like, if I want my, we had to do, which was I look back, it was genius. But if you wanted to watch like a half hour of TV, you had to run down to the far stop sign and back,
Love
or
it.
you had to go pick up this rock in the backyard and go do Sweet 16s.
Love it.
Rock.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Papa Will.
Yeah, he didn't. If you got in trouble, you were doing that.
That right?
No bonus, no TV.
You already knew.
You were doing that stuff, and that didn't go towards TV time. But yeah, like we didn't watch much TV. We were too busy playing outside and doing sports and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I get it. I understand. I was doing that sort of thing too. And Jab says, "You always know what I'm talking about." Hey, no problem, sir. I got you, man. You are people around here. He says, "I'm English, so your name makes sense that you get me." That's right. That's right. We're glad to have you in here, Jabs.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so then they got to go out to LA, but they do have 10 days off, so they got a little time. They go out to LA, take on the Chargers. I'm gonna say the Bengals in this one. I think they're gonna be 3.5 point favorites.
Bengals -2 at the Chargers.
Okay. I gave them a little too much credit there. Then they got a bye week. That's a long time until bye week. And they're at home against Pittsburgh in division. Pittsburgh's terrible. And the Browns. We have the Browns. They're there. Drew. Bengals -6.
Bengals -5 at home against the Steelers. So
son of a gun. All right, the Monday Night Football. They get to go out to Dallas, take on them Cowboys. This one's tough. Cricket, this one's tough. Dallas -1.
Oh yeah, damn it, Dallas -1.
Got it. Got him.
I'm gonna start just signing out after you get them right, and you can figure the rest of them out by yourself. Piss me off. You beat my bet, and I don't even have a sweat anymore. It's like third quarter. I don't even have a sweat anymore. Garbage.
That's funny. Then they got to go out to Tennessee, take on the Titans. They will be 6-point favorites in that one.
Bengals -4.5 at the Titans.
Okay. Then Thursday Night Football, home against Cleveland. So they were 1.5 point favorite, 1.5 point favorites in Cleveland. 1 in Cleveland. 3.5 point favorites against Cleveland.
Yeah, I thought you were going to get this. We talked about how weird this one was the other day. They are 3.5 point favorite home against Cleveland because we didn't feel like it moved enough. It only moved 2.5 points there in that spot.
Let's go. Then home against Denver. Bengals 8-point favorites.
Jeez. Yeah. Bengals 8-point favorites at home against the Broncos.
That's 5, Cricket.
You need to calm the fuck down.
It's this coffee, dude. That 75 coffee. Berry. It is good. I made it extra strong today. Then we got to go out to Pittsburgh. So this is week 18. It's a weird one. But they were home against Pittsburgh. They were 5-point favorites. Move it 4.5. I'm going to say Bengals. Bengals -2.
Bengals -1 at the Steelers.
All right. Hey, we got 5 right. I'll take it.
Yeah, pretty good show in there. Starting to piss me off, and I'm down like $8,000 on betting your exactas this week. So
I mean, I don't know why you just don't hammer the over.
Yeah, because
Bold's always in there. Bold's always got my back. He ain't here today, but Bold's always got faith in me.
Sure as shit, I'll do that. You'll go over.
Well, that's why you have a side bet hedge of the O.
I feel like I'm totally affecting the outcome of these things solely by myself. Patriot said, in my time, MTV played music. I know it's crazy, but they did that.
What?
Yeah. They used to have a music video or two on there, man.
He did? Never knew that.
So
never knew that. Okay. Let's go to this. We kind of already talked about this all week, hammered it home, but Bengals, second favorite to win the division, +165. I think that's a horrible idea, but everyone's high on them. I like the Browns better than I think there's more value on the Browns. I'd rather take the Browns and the Ravens than bet the Bengals there. Sure. But if you're high on the Bengals, they're also 8-1 to go back to the Super Bowl. When I say back, I mean recently they went to the Super Bowl, right? And then if you like them to win the whole thing this year, if you think that Burrow and them are going to stay healthy, that thumb's going to hold up, you can get them Bengals at 16-1. How about that?
What is that, to win the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't bet that. Them all take
And then their season win total is over under 10.5.
I'm gonna bet the under, bro, at plus money.
At plus 105, yeah.
I might go take a little alt down. I might even try under 8.5.
Man, they don't have that easy of a schedule. I mean, they have a couple cupcakes in there. They have the Patriots, Commanders, Panthers, Titans, Broncos. Okay, man, there's 5 wins right there.
Maybe. That's not a guarantee. Some of them games are on the road in that spot. I don't think Pittsburgh's going to be near as bad as people think they are.
Yeah, but they do have some tough ones. They got they got Kansas City. They've got
Philadelphia.
Dallas. They got to play Baltimore twice, of course, and the Browns twice, of course. Philadelphia, like you said, yeah. Baltimore.
So
yeah, I don't know. I feel like
gotta go
if
to
they
the
have a
Chargers.
decent, I could see it landing on 10. Like if I liked the Bengals enough, I'd put the exact on 10.
Right. I don't hate that. You probably get some good money on that there. But like I said, you got a road game at the Chargers too. We don't really know what we're going to get out of them. Vegas, another team that's going to come into Cincinnati, and you don't know what you're getting out of that team really. So I mean, yeah, the schedule to me, it doesn't favor them in my opinion. It doesn't favor that over 10.5. I don't know why that number's that high. I feel like it should be 9.5.
Says Will and Cricket, have you tried using AI to work this out? We'll keep saying Bengals. That was a hot group in my day.
Bengals. That's right.
Bengals.
That's right.
Have we tried using AI to work this out? Let me tell you something about my co-host here in technology.
Yeah. I'm not good at it, man.
And let me tell you something about myself. If I had the time to figure out how to do that.
That's what all that I know involving technology Will has taught me over the past year plus.
Yeah, we're on like a year and a half. Well, yeah, a year plus.
Getting closer all the time.
Yeah. Cincinnati Bengals to make the playoffs, minus 250. I like the no at plus 195.
I love the no at plus 195.
I mean, damn near two. I mean, that's crazy. You're getting almost.
I think 2 teams are going to the playoffs out of that division. I do not think they are one of them.
No, they aren't. And then if you really are high on Burrow, why do I not see him? Oh, 4th favorite at 9-1 to be this year's MVP.
What is Jamar Chase, offensive player of the year?
Jamar Chase, offensive player of the year, 3rd favorite plus 850. Probably not worth it there.
Not worth it. Oh, I was hoping
we'd find him at like the 16-1.
I was hoping he's about double that, and I was going to put that bet in today.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to have to wrap things on the Bengals there. That's our Bengals preview. How about that? Yeah. You got a best bet on them? You like that no to miss the playoffs? Plus
I like that would be my best bet. The no at plus 195 to miss the playoffs there.
Yeah, or under 10.5 wins at plus 105. Both great bets.
I agree. You can get real for you action players. Go under 8.5.
Yep. Like this video, share it out there, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys on the next